Welcome to one of English football's red-letter days. Arsenal versus Manchester United will always be a major date on the footballing calendar. There might have been a shift in the bigger picture and indeed the power balance since the days when both these teams were perennial winners. But one thing remains unchanged: they cannot stand losing to each other. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. Genuinely a heavyweight contest, North against South, London against Manchester. It is tribal.
You can always count on there being something dramatic happening when these two come together. But there have been a fair share of grinds too. I'm expecting both sides to try and maximise their attacking threat, because when you look back over the years, the potency has been the big factor with these two teams, and always a hard one to call, but never far.
Vinicius Junior, about as smooth as it gets. Arsenal take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So, a breakthrough already. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
That is good strength. That's good play. He's dealt with that really well. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Bruno Fernandes. Vinicius Junior. And the counter is on. Olise does well to get it back. Oh, Red, nice interception. Chouameni could move up a gear here. That is good progress on the left. Can he latch on to this? That's very neat. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, good take in a good area. Yamal! Oh, brilliant from Yamal! A finish right from the top draw. Manchester United are back on level terms. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Manchester United restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Just about midway through the first half, and it has been... And he shoots! That is decidedly lacking.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Van Dijk. Van de Ven. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe. And Jamal. And here's Elise. Shot a goal! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Hernandez. Doku going face-to-face with his great rival. Elise. And Jamal. Oh, super find. Chance for a shot!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Quality ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
This looks promising. He's found a way through. And it's Barella. Engages and forces him off the ball. And he has been fouled there. It is a fair distance from goal. I'm not sure if he'll have a go. Oh, brilliant stop from Courtois! That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Yamal plays it short. Yamal. Oh, sweet feet. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And he can clear it away. Van Dijk. Played out towards the right wing. Yamal has it in a wide position. Barella. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Barella. And he can thump it away. 5 minutes till the break. Barella. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Oh, great feat, that.
Doku. And it's Barella. Now Hernandez. Can he get onto this? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
It's a promising position. Foot in. Well, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Hakimi. Chance! That's the end of the first 45. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, you have to ask questions how this has stayed 1-1, Peter. I do think, though, that the way spaces have been found in key areas with relative ease will be a real concern, something that needs addressing, and fast.
Manchester United are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. Arsenal get the ball rolling in the second half. Out towards the flank. Oh, that's nice. And they've got a throw. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Van der Ven can get it clear. Great defending, strong and determined. Mbappe was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Garcia is there to clear. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Now it's Yamal. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. He's having a good look here.
Yeah, and a heart and mouth time for the culprit, who may well regret his transgression.
Olise! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Doku. And he's forced to go back. Schlotterbeck. Now Van der Ven. Yamal given the lift of his goal. Osimhen is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Referee's given a throw. Showing great feet there. Yamal. Now it's Olise. Now, what about a counter-attack? Played into space.
He'll be disappointed with that.
Schlotterbeck. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game-changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Space for him to turn and look. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Substitution for Manchester United.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 19, Doku. Coming on the field, number 20, Danny Olmo. Number 7, Eze.
Keeper has taken decisive action. Oh, that is a nice touch. Eze, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That's a cute ball. And here's Ferran Torres. Hakimi. Now it's Ferran Torres. Oh no, what has happened here? Van der Ven. Van Dijk. Now Hernandez. And it's Eze. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. He's got away. Just eases him off the ball. Yamal cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Substitution.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Osman, number 23.
Havertz.
Barella. Coming on the field.
Tchouaméni.
Number 14. Lukaku.
That was good pressure, just
Number
hounded him off it.
29, Kai Havertz.
Well seen, saw that
Substitution
coming.
in
That was
progress.
well played, well stopped.
Half an hour gone in the second half. And here's Lukaku. And it's Olmo. Knocks it out wide. No, he's not going to get any further than that.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, super ball. Ferran Torres. Cleared without hesitation. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be...
And the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Substitution for Manchester United.
It's their second corner of the game.
Mbappe. Coming on the field is number 21, Kvaratskhelia. Substitution.
Eze goes short. Kvaratskhelia is fouled. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Now this could be a pivotal moment. Kvaratskhelia! Decent hit from there. Kvaratskhelia. Now he's running away. Looking to play him in. And can he finish?
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Dani Olmo.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Haaland. Oh, that's fabulous. That's tidy. Dani Olmo receives it in a good position here. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Now it's Eze. And now the breakaway. Stood up well to him there. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 2, Schwarzenbeck.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come.
Number 12, Gio.
Tchouaméni. Ferran Torres. Kvaratskhelia. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Threads one in. Van der Ven kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Van Dijk. Well, that looks a decent ball. Reinders. And Hakimi pinches it off him. Eze makes a dash for it. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, nicely intercepted. Dani Olmo. Rashford. Haaland. Dani Olmo. And he is dash shoots! And that's a real chance missed. Van Dijk. Haaland gets a foot in here. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's cut it out. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. He is just caressing the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia bops him off it and wins back the ball. So that was it, the first period of extra time.
Just a quick announcement. We would like to inform you.
Well, nobody wants to settle for this, of course, but everyone is running nigh on empty. Is there going to be a moment to win it?
Substitution for Manchester United, number 37.
And so the last chance to find a winner.
Is number 6.
This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Havertz, and he's managed to get free. Nicely weighted ball. That's a good foot in there. Goes down, but nothing given. So what can they make of this? And he's being shifted off it. Aimed beyond the defence. Can he latch on to this? He's shifting through the gears here. Cross into the box. And it's claimed by the keeper. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And it's Eze. Looking for options for movement.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And here's Lukaku. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Two sides absolutely inseparable, and we know what's coming. 90 minutes and then another 30, and Jim, here we are.
It's a big well done to both defences for refusing to buckle under the pressure. Fatigue with focus is not the norm.
So 2 inconclusive hours of action. All that remains then, penalties. Kick of the ball from the spot.
something dramatic happening when these two come together. But there have been a fair share of grinds too. I'm expecting both sides to try and maximise their attacking threat, because when you look back over the years, the potency has been the big factor with these two teams, and always a hard one to call, but never far from exciting.
Things already rolling. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Nuno Mendes here, I think, will be very important, Peter, particularly if they start to spread the play, because he's excellent in one-on-one positions, both attacking and defending. So I'd expect him to have some of that cutting.
Can he finish? Goal! Arsenal! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Manchester United finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Yamal. Van de Ven. And it's Tchouaméni. Wirtz. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Mbappe to Bruno Fernandes. That's been slipped through. Oh, he's burst. Gyökeres! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 2.
So changes already. That is a bit of a surprise.
Coming on the field is
Arsenal are
6,
sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And it's Hakimi. That's a good foray he's making. He's shifting through the gears here. And that has been cleared. Oh, nicely intercepted. Osimhen. Mbappe. Now it's Wirtz. Always goal side. Oh, shooting chance! And there's a goal. Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't...
And a chance! Oh, good finish. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
Arsenal now in a position far more desirable.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Van Dijk getting this one clear. Looking to play him in. Yamal. And here's the chance to counter. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Wirtz. Wirtz will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And there's green grass ahead of him. That ball looks a good one. He's picked his way through. Van Dijk. Manchester United have run the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. That's a good ball out wide. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. It's a searching pass, and that was asking for too much. Tries a shot! And that was very necessary. Look at the space here. Hakimi, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Shot could be on. Big chance! Oh, and again! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. He'll try from distance! And that is a save of real quality. Not easy by any means.
Manchester United.
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
So that was the first half. We believe the boys can turn it around. Of course they will.
So let's get the ball rolling. Manchester United not having the rob of the green at the moment. They are trailing. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Gravenberg. Eder Militao, and it's Reinders. And it's made its way to him. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Reinders. He's having a hit! Brilliant from Reinders! About as smooth as it gets. They are playing them off the park. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Welcome to one of English football's red-letter days. Arsenal versus Manchester United will always be a major date on the footballing calendar. There might have been a shift in the bigger picture and indeed the power balance since the days when both these teams were perennial winners. But one thing remains unchanged: they cannot stand losing to each other. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Genuinely a heavyweight contest. North against South, London against Manchester. It is tribal.
You can always count on there being something dramatic happening when these two come together. But there have been a fair share of grinds too. I'm expecting both sides to try and maximise their attacking threat, because when you look back over the years, the potency has been the big factor with these two teams, and always a hard one to call, but never far from exciting.
So straight into the action. An instinctive delivery. Van der Ven attempts a clearance. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, this player, Gravenberg, is someone I can't decide whether he's a 6, an 8 or a 10, Peter. He basically plays all of those roles in every game. And, of course, he's the main connector between defence and midfield, but he'll be the one playing the majority of the team's progressive passes forward. He's also a really physical presence, and he must be a bit of a nightmare to play against, actually.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Osimhen.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Cucurella drives forward on the overlap. He's found space here. Gravenberg.
Manchester United always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
Cucurella. Can he get it through? Oh, nicely intercepted.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Hakimi to Barella. Well, they've got it again. Looking to play him in. Lukaku in acres of space out wide. And it's Barella. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes charging forward, the ball at his feet. Could move up a gear here. Wirtz. 30 minutes gone. Barella. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, lovely feeding, is such a good mover. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Messi ploughing, can he finish? And the ball's come loose here. Tries to get it clear.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Van Dijk. And it's Mendes. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Wirtz does really well to win the ball there. Schlotterbeck.
There's no respite if you're being chased down like this.
Chouameni. Now, can they get him away? Shot could be on. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. And it's Lukaku. Barella. And here's Wirtz. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
Messi! Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Cucurella. Schlotterbeck.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Wirtz. And he's had it nicked away. Looking for options for movement. Big shot! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. We're already back up and running after half-time.
Manchester United have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Out towards the flank. That is lovely. Van de Ven. And it's Bruno Fernandes. It's anyone's ball now. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Chouameni played over towards the opposite flank. Now that looks a decent ball. Wirtz will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And this is Lukaku. Cucurella puts them all in. And yes, it's there! The first significant strike. Manchester United are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
He's shifting through the gears here. Garcia claims comfortably. Knocks it out wide. Short changes him with that pass. Osimhen needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal. Yeah, but it's Lukaku! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Substitution for Manchester United.
So we have
14,
movement on both benches.
Lukaku. Number 45, Osman. Number 22, Vets.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Number 19,
Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Lukaku. Number 7, Eze.
Well, that's certainly
Number
more like it. They
37,
can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Substitution.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Vermin. Vinicius Junior. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Doku proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Vinicius Junior! And he hits the net. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this poses a very interesting question now, Peter. Do they push on to try and win it in normal time? They certainly have the momentum.
He's a sharp little ball here. There's the shot! Goal! Arsenal! And the comeback is complete. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 17.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Coming on the field.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
29.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Kajolu. That's a good run down the left. Kajolu. No, he can't get past him.
Arsenal really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Passes short and sharp. Well read, and the danger is averted. Deep into stoppage time. And here's Eze. Hammer goes for a shot! Oh, good finish! They have stolen level at the last! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolute. So that means another 30 minutes football. So still inseparables. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So a battle of endeavour, enterprise, and now endurance.
Substitution for Manchester United, number 23.
Into extra time we go.
Coming on to replace him is
Manchester United did fantastically well to force extra time, having been on the brink of defeat in normal time. In fact, you could say they're the better off of the two teams, at least psychologically. Hakimi with the foul. And it's Eze. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Lovely bit of skill. Tries to pass it through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Kvaratskhelia is flagged offside. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Havertz. Dani Olmo. Now Schlotterbeck. Van de Ven. Kvaratskhelia gets into a good position. It's an inviting looking ball, that. He's in plenty of space here. There's the header! Loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. That's put paid to the danger. And it is half-time in extra time.
This is a lost children's announcement.
Well, nobody wants to settle for this, of course, but everyone is running nigh on empty. Is there going to be a moment to win it?
Substitution for Manchester United, number 18.
Exhaustion,
Hakimi.
physical and mental.
Coming on the field.
Will we find a winner?
Number 6.
This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it. And now for the final act.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now there's a fine ball, and the shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Corner number 2 then. Impressive jump! Incredible! Just incredible! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed...
He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. He's having a hit! So close to drawing level.
Doku clearly wanted to level things up in a hurry here. It didn't quite come off for him, but top marks for the effort.
Played into space. He steps in, and that's the end of that.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
There will be 1 minute added time.
Van de Ven. Danny Olmo finds himself unceremoniously floored. Oh, shooting chance!
That's just playing it safe
And there
simple.
goes their last chance. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. So here we are, another day of pride, pomp and polarisation as two tribes representing London and Manchester collide. Arsenal and Manchester United, of course, undoubtedly two of the most illustrious clubs in the English game, recent history perhaps notwithstanding. Whatever the stakes, though, these matches are never dull, so strap in. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. It's Lukaku! Loose ball now, and there's a chase onto it. That could spell trouble. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Long ball by the goalkeeper. He's got away. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
A little bias on my part, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the greatest fullbacks around, certainly when it comes to attacking creativity. So, naturally, you'll be bound to see him in the final third, where he can get the very best out of his strengths.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Cucurella. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Played out wide. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Played in with purpose. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. So it is still 0-0. Reinders. This looks promising.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Osimhen. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that's not the cross he had in mind.
Manchester United always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
That's really well cleared. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Messi.
Such good technique.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And now the breakaway. Tries to play it through. Great ball if he can get there. Mbappe has it in a wide position. Referee's given a throw. Oh, what has happened here? Wirtz. Now it's Osimhen. And it's Wirtz. Tchouaméni. And Cucurella. Cucurella scooting forward. Messi made a good run there.
Well, in the end, nothing might have come of it, but nothing wrong with the running involved. Something the defence need to wake up to, I think.
Now it's Grafenberg, and that is expertly dealt with. Garcia gets it clear. Bruno Fernandes, and he is deftly away. Hakimi, and he whips it in. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well played, important challenge that. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Eder Militao looks to the other side. Nuno Mendes. Lukaku was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
And he's got away from it.
Added time.
Messi. Osimhen, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Reinders! That was superb goalkeeping.
Reinders actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
This possibly the last play of the half. Cleared without hesitation. And that is the end of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold got a long way forward to join the attack. Oh no, what has happened here? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. The ball has bounced loose now. Looking to play him in. And he should have made them pay.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Now it's Wirtz. Manchester United have reclaimed it. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That is good alertness. That's the throw. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Looking for options for movement. Cucurella with the clearance. And he's well positioned here. Takes a shot! Schlotterbeck clears without hesitation. Great defending, strong and determined. Osimhen being hounded, manhandled at times. Yeah, and that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Arsenal are down to 10 men.
Substitution for Manchester United.
The
Number
two coaches
14,
are signalling
Lukaku.
changes here, both at the same time.
Number 45, Osimhen.
Cucurella.
Number 5, Messi.
And still, we
Coming
await
on
the first
field,
breakthrough.
Number 11,
Gravenberch.
Mbappe. Number
Manchester
21,
United perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Number 7,
Well, the manager's got a
Messi.
decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
Cross from Haki. Gyökeres! In he goes again! Goal! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be, should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Number 8.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 23.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 22.
Arsenal
Yes.
have broken
Coming
through.
on the
It's
field.
1-0.
Number
Well, it's great
19.
commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Substitutions taking place.
That is good strength. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Kimmich. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
The atmosphere isn't great at this moment, Peter. The moans and groans from the crowd are quite audible now. Frustration's growing, and this can end up being a bit of a depressing cycle. Manchester United really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well timed, excellent interception. Gravenberch looking for the run, and he was quick to react. Cucurella. Dani Olmo. Passing nice and neat. Doku. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Eze will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's skewed away. It's a throw-in.
Substitution.
Defending was strong and firm. And he's managed to get free. So much time and space here. Olise!
Arsenal clearly have been instructed to kill this off.
He's having a shot! He's got a goal! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Kimmich. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Gravenberg. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nicely weighted ball. That is great defending, so alert. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Has been indicated.
Gravenberg. 4 added minutes on the board. Takes on his marker. Great vision. Oh, he's found support out wide. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Alexander-Arnold. And that's that. Manchester United were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning.
This is a hard one to take.
Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.